Really hope that continues. That'll make this trip a joy. Oh!
I'd like to raise the sails again, watching for the whales again, and never have to say I wish that I had done the things that I can't do when I'm too old to play.
We took our leave of Seguin Island, motoring into the northeast breeze, negotiating the many clusters of rocks and ledges, until we had an angle on the wind we could sail and remain clear of the hazards.
Yes, those are the ledges we don't want to hit.
Sweet sound of sailing.
I'm sailing! I'm sailing! I'm sailing! I'm sailing! Well, I hope this keeps up. We've had some pretty good breezes the last couple of days, and we're getting to sail right now. Really hope that continues. That'll make this trip a joy instead of a motor. I'd much rather sail around Maine than drive around Maine, wouldn't you, Muriel?
Yeah. It's nice to finally have a wind going our direction.
Yes.
Favorable winds accompany the journey. And like your touch, sure and steady, then I'll soon be. When we left Fire Island, come a rainy east wind, we were tacking our way long to shore. A Montauk fisherman waved us in, and Block Island blew their horns. Mornings are golden, both the splash of my horns, as I rode back to our Grampian sloop. But Cuddy Hawk beckons with old shipwreck shores and the vineyard that Martha once grew.
Captain Muriel is bravely taking us into very narrow, very tiny Damariscove.
It is brave. I am relying on you to let me know if you see any rocks or buoys up ahead.
I see lots of rocks and buoys.
A couple of sunkers in here that we've read on the map we need to watch out for. So
Yes.
we're staying slightly to the left of the inlet.
Yes, if you're coming into Damariscove, there's a ledge on the starboard side, so favor the port side once you've cleared the ledges outside the harbor, which we have just done.
Damariscove. Interesting. This used to be the bustling harbor, the first major harbor before even Plymouth.
Hello.
How are you? It's nice looking. What is it?
This is an altered Crocker design.
Aha.
After painting the dinghy in the spring, I finally got a chance to put the name back on.
If this isn't the perfect day for a beer, what is?
I give up. Although, didn't you ask that same question yesterday?
Wait. I'm exploring the question as we go through this trip.
Okay.
And we saw the Mayflower down in Plymouth, but apparently when the Mayflower came over, it stopped here first. With 102 pilgrims on board, and then carried on. All the rose hips, wow.
So we went ashore to hike the island and to find the caretakers to see what they had to say.
So I know there's some cool history to this place. I mean, I was sort of surprised by how much history was involved with this little bit of dirt here.
Yeah, Damariscove Island's been on the map for quite a few centuries for sailors coming from Europe.
The Abenaki Indians were here long before, of course, calling it Aquahiga, or place of landing.
But it was really a fishing outpost for European fishermen. So this island's been used for everything from fish, harvesting granite. For a while it was used as a farm. There were cows and sheep out here. They even built a bridge connecting the South Island and the North Island to transport the animals back and forth. And then, of course, in addition to all those activities, there was also the Coast Guard that was out here for life-saving purposes. So the Coast Guard, or the early days of the Coast Guard, the life-saving station personnel would walk around the island 24 hours a day and listen for boats in distress, because that was the only way they could assist them if they needed to.
So is this the island that has the legend of the headless general?
Yes, there's Commander Padishal, who was rendered incapacitated by losing his head in a skirmish with Native Americans.
That would incapacitate me, I know.
Yeah, and so he apparently wanders headless looking for his dog that wandered off in the midst of all that commotion.
Have you seen or heard this headless dog searching?
No, but the other part of the story is that new recruits that came out to work at the life-saving station were made to walk from one end of the island to the other in the dead of night.
Oh, jeez.
And of course, they were told all day as they were preparing to go, that they had to be on the lookout for the ghost of Commander Padishal.
This sounds a bit like hazing in old fest.
It was definitely a hazing ritual. Yeah.
And the Mayflower stopped in here, as I understand it.
So the Mayflower sent a ship, or the Mayflower, I'm not sure which, from Plymouth to here in 1622 to get supplies.
But I heard before that they stopped here on their way to Massachusetts
That's
Bay.
possible. Yeah, that's possible. I've heard at least one story from a visitor who came just last week. He said that in his family lineage originated here, where there was a guy in a fishing vessel here, a woman who was one of his ancestors came from the Plymouth settlement. They met. She came on one of the resupply missions and stayed here and married the guy, and they ended up settling on the mainland near Damariscove. Yeah, this is our first summer here, so.
Is this a volunteer gig, or do they pay you to sit here to just tell the stories, or?
It's not a volunteer gig, but it's not a bad thing to be doing for the summer. And it's not a lot of just sitting around and waiting for people to show up. We've got 4 miles of trail and 210 acres to make sure it's, safe for people. So
We left to see these trails and the small museum.
I heard you can cook with those. A little self-guided museum. Cute.
Let's see what's in here.
Ah, there's your eider, by the way.
We've seen quite a few of the females, which apparently congregate to share responsibilities.
Well, it's a pretty small little museum.
But to think that this little bay was a bustling port.
I know,
in
the most...
colonial times.
Yeah, it's really astounding. That may be headed right here. How far do you want to walk, Muriel? I think that might be coming here.
There, let's go just a little further.
Oh, you daredevil, you.
Rocks. These are frolic rocks, that's what they are.
Frolic away.
Okay.
And the rain has started. Very lightly. Nice. Even in the clouds and rain. See, look, there's a patch of dryness right where you're standing.
Well, we may end up being here at the visitor's kiosk for quite some time. Oh, Brian, have you signed in yet?
No.
Oh.
Right, someone drew a nice picture. Believe it or not, we saw this by the tower. Okay.
We survived the rain and we've got a little bit of a rainbow now.
Look at this. Wow. It turned out to be lucky we got caught by the rain where we did, because had we made it back to the boat, we just might have stayed there and never made it back to smell the roses and pick those red raspberries. But since we were here, we just hopped right back onto the trail.
And just like that, the sun is back out and the blue skies are back.
Crab apple?
Oh,
It's a crab apple.
whoa. That's tart.
Yeah.
Wow.
We went as far as the lake and the stone beach, the northern half being a protected sanctuary for the eider ducks.
The trail was dotted with old walls and foundations from many, many years ago.
With lots of different wildflowers.
Look at these. These are gorgeous. God, I want to take them all home. Yeah, they do rocks here really well. That's beautiful. Easy peasy. You just can't have too many of those to hang around.
We decided to hurry back so we could make dinner, and isn't it always the way when you're in a hurry? The roads are full of traffic.
Gorgeous. You know what time it is?
Sundowner time.
Oh! Even better. I was going to say time for steaks, but
Oh, yeah.
sundowner time. All right. All right, Muriel.
Yeah, okay.
So as part of your sailing education,
All right.
complete the following sentence.
Okay.
Red sky at night,
Sailor's delight.
red sky in the morning.
Sailor take warning.
Oh, 100%. And just like that, it's raining.
So much for red sky at night. I think you did that just to make a monkey out of me. I'll leave you with one of Muriel's beautiful originals, Two Shores.